The Manchester Arena was packed to capacity last night. Young people buzzing with excitement as Ariana Grande performed. But just moments after the singer left the stage, this.
Oh my God. What's going on? What just happened?
First, there was confusion.
What's going on?
Then panic.
Oh my God! What's going on?
Screaming, terrified, they clambered to escape. Parents who'd come to collect their children looked on as the crowd fled the arena. The bomber Salman Abedi had targeted the main foyer, detonating his device as the concert ended, with people flooding towards him, ensuring maximum impact on an innocent crowd.
Quick, Corey! Which way? Come on!
Ariana Grande draws a young audience. This carnage was inflicted on children and teenagers and families on a special night out.
My ears started ringing. I thought, what's that? And sort of looked back where the explosion was, and there were people laid out on the floor. Turned around to look at my wife to see if she were all right, and she said, no, I need to lay down. So I laid her down on the floor, and I've laid there with her, and I looked at my foot and saw that, yeah, my foot's got a gash in the foot. But I'm more concerned about my wife because she's got a stomach wound, a leg wound. They think she's broken her femur.
Everybody started screaming and scattering out, and me and my daughter was on the stairs, and somebody started climbing on top of her and climbing on top of us, and I had to pull her out by her arm and run out of the building, and that's all I heard.
The emergency services were quick to the scene, a huge fleet of ambulances to deal with the dozens of wounded, some with life-threatening injuries. Everyone did what they could, where they could. Police helped the less seriously injured onto buses, which took them away from the scene. As survivors consoled each other outside, teams of armed police approached the arena, but Abedi had killed himself, along with so many others. The details of his victims are beginning to emerge. 18-year-old Georgina Calendar, a huge fan of Ariana Grande, she'd had her photo taken with the star. And Safi Rose Roussos, just 8 years old. Theresa May paid tribute to the victims today and echoed the feelings of the whole country.
All acts of terrorism are cowardly attacks on innocent people. But this attack stands out for its appalling, sickening cowardice, deliberately targeting innocent, defenceless children and young people who should have been enjoying one of the most memorable nights of their lives. We struggle to comprehend the warped and twisted mind that sees a room packed with young children not as a scene to cherish, but as an opportunity for carnage.
From Downing Street, the Prime Minister travelled to Manchester, paying a private visit to some of the injured in hospital. But first, a meeting with senior officers at Greater Manchester Police.
I've been talking to the police about the investigation that is continuing, and they and the security services are working, obviously, to identify whether there was a wider group of people involved.
Manchester's new mayor, Andy Burnham, spoke for the city.
After our darkest of nights, Manchester is today waking up to the most difficult of dawns. It is hard to believe what has happened here in the last few hours and to put into words the shock, anger and hurt that we feel today. These were children, young people and their families that those responsible chose to terrorise and kill. This was an evil act. We are grieving today, but we are strong. Today it will be business as usual as far as possible in our great city.
But words, however well-intentioned, can only go so far. This city was on edge today. There was a moment of panic as the Arndale Centre was evacuated briefly. Terrified shoppers calling friends to confirm they were okay.
We've just brought the Arndale. Okay. We was in the Arndale and then just everybody started running.
How are you feeling today?
Oh, how can you imagine? Can you imagine? It's absolutely terrified. It's just not what I'll be in the city centre at the moment.
I feel sad again that, you know, I'm starting to look at people differently and question people's motives, and yeah, it's just a bit uneasy.
This has left a city, a country, appalled and bewildered. How do you begin to rationalise or explain what happened here? But this place has a proud history of solidarity and defiance. One moment of cruelty may have broken the city's heart, but its spirit will come through this even stronger. Martin Geisler, News at 10, Manchester.